Yeah, it's frustrating for Mark, and obviously for us as a side. I thought he bowled really well, especially in that second innings up top. He gives us a real point of difference, that added pace, and seems to be really in good fettle when playing at the moment. So it's a frustration, for him more so than anyone else, but obviously for us as a side as well. But one we just have to deal with, and it provide opportunity for someone else to hopefully step up. I think the most important for us is the theatre and everything else surrounding the game. We've got to make sure that we play the game how we want to play it, and we look after that the best as we can, and not get too distracted or drawn into anything that's not us. We've got to be genuine to ourselves, genuine to how we are as individuals and how we are collectively, and be as good as we can be at the way that we go about things. Virat and his team will play how they play. I just want us to go out and be the best version of it we can be. I think there are always conversations. You're always trying to find 1% in ways you can deal with different situations within the game and within the test match. And I think we've done some good learning off the back of the last game. I think we could have managed certain areas differently. Me as the captain, as mentioned after the game, different passages in that last innings and in that third innings as well, where we could have gone about things slightly differently. So look, there's 3 massive games to play in this series. There's a lot to play for, and we're desperate to bounce back strong here. I think credit to India, they've got a wonderful attack. I think you look around Test cricket around the world at the minute. There are some, as you mentioned, some fantastic bowling attacks out there that a lot of them do suit English conditions or have the exploits to manage these conditions very well. India have certainly done that so far in this series, and we've got to keep being smart about finding ways to counter that. I think one thing they have is they have a good balance, they have variety, they have different release points. As players, you've got to just keep finding ways to counter that, finding ways to get off strike, finding ways to score, put the odd bit of pressure back on them, and as well be able to soak it up on occasions too. Dawid would obviously offer us a lot of experience in that top 3. Not necessarily in terms of international experience in Test cricket, but he has played a huge amount of international cricket now. He's dealt with pressure situations. He's played a lot of red ball cricket over the course of his career, and he's also had great success. He's played in a massive series in Australia away and been our leading run scorer out there. So we know that he's capable of big things in Test match cricket, and he's coming off the back of, again, I mean, it's only one score in county championship cricket, but it's a big one, as well as some brilliant scores at high pressure cricket in the short format too. It's been a very challenging summer in terms of the opposition that we've had. We've come across some challenging surfaces as well, and we've just got to keep looking to find ways of getting better, keep improving ourselves individually. Collectively, I think the most important thing when you look at batting in Test cricket, it revolves around big partnerships. When 2 guys bat for a period of time, the game can look completely different, and that's got to be our focus as a batting group. We've got to keep looking at making those big substantial partnerships, which really could put you in strong positions as a team. In England in particular, starting your innings can be the most, that is the hardest thing to do. So how can we make sure we prevent that happening as frequently as it has in the last couple of Test matches? One thing I will say is on the last game, I think first innings was an example of us improving from the first game, and we've got more knowledge and we've shown in small glimpses in that last game that we are capable of making substantial partnerships. So it's going again now. It's going and being better again and making sure that, given the opportunity, you get yourself in there, you get to 20-30, you go and make it a big one, and you put that on yourself and you put that on your partner at the other end, and you have that bit between your teeth that gets us into a really strong position, gets those runs on the board, and gives our bowlers a real good opportunity to go and win as a Test match. When you're out there in the middle, sometimes when it does get a bit heated, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're at home or away. Sometimes it's a passage of play that you have to manage well, and I managed it better than us on that occasion. But as I say, we've got to just make sure that we go about our cricket how we want to. We've got to look after that the best possible way. But yeah, it's part of the game. One thing I will say, I thought it was a brilliant Test match for neutral. Obviously, hurt a lot being on as an England player and England captain, us being on that side of the result. But what a fabulous Test match! What an advert for the greatest format of the game. And for every cricket lover out there, just shows the excitement and the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, the to and fro of 5-day cricket is just, it can't be beaten if you ask me.